Okay, so this is my tutorial, kind of, or I don't even know, like vlog of me trying to epoxy my basement floor. And it is not the greatest experience of my life. Like, I would never do this again, but my struggles are for your entertainment. So I started by doing 2 layers of a Kills primer, just because I tried so hard to get all the mastic glue off of my floor. I rented a floor sander, I got chemicals, I did everything I possibly could, and I could not get it off. Here's me trying to get my phone on a wet floor. Alright, so here I am now, trying to fill in this crack. And I was gonna get concrete repair, but Walmart was out, so now I'm just using a regular caulk, and it just has to be paintable so that it can adhere to this, whatever it's called, the epoxy. It's kind of difficult with one hand. Yeah. I was gonna use my paint thing, but I couldn't find it because my house is a giant mess right now, so I found this razor. I'm just scraping along, and I fill the extra parts, the stuff with the excess. Anyways, that's how I'm doing it. Here's a time lapse of me struggling. My fingers are literally bruising. Oh man, I need gloves. I don't need gloves. Very sticky. Oh my gosh, okay. So I'm just mixing up the part B right now before I put in the part A, but then I decided to make the worst decision of my life, okay? I don't know what was going through my mind. We're going to start with this one. It's like a cool rainbowy sparkle that's black. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. Let's start with like that much. We'll see. Yeah, nothing. All right, half of it now. See where this takes us. Can you guess? They're just getting coated with fucking paint. This should probably work because it's mica. It doesn't. You never know. What have I done? Here I just wanted to go over a few techniques. Like, you don't want to move the mixer up and down, and you don't want to go at too fast of a speed, otherwise you'll create bubbles, and bubbles in epoxy are not fun. I'm now putting on my very stylish spikes. 2 things here. Don't do it barefoot, and make sure you tighten those spikes with like a wrench or something first, because I fell over so many times. I'm tight enough. Anyway, yep. Mixing the part A to the part B now, and you can only really do one at a time because epoxy has a very short working time. The primer is a lot longer than the actual epoxy, so you have about an hour for this one. But still, it's safe to only do one at a time. And I forgot to film me actually painting this. Here's a little preview. Gorgeous. But probably wear a mask because that stuff is everywhere. Now, opening these 5-gallon buckets was harder than opening the 1 gallon buckets because I nearly ripped off one of my fingernails doing this. But after the first try, I kind of figured it out. You just have to go around with every tab and open it as much as you can without hurting yourself. And then eventually it'll pop off. So anyway, I'm adding all of the mica powders the night before because the guy who does this told me that you want to get them saturated before you're ready to put the part A in the next day. So that's what I'm doing. And also, please forgive my awful cinematography because I suck at this. I moved the bucket after I put it there, and you don't really get to see it even though it's beautiful, and I'm so sorry. And then I moved the bucket back, but that was after my phone died. So this is as much as you get to see, unfortunately. But hopefully tomorrow's video will make up for that. I had one of my friends, Carrie, come over to help me mix the epoxy because I was actually super scared to do this part. The epoxy for this only had a 30 to 45 minute working time, and I knew I would not be able to do it all by myself and get it all done in time, which I still didn't, but whatever. So she mixed them, and then I went and poured them, and I really had no rhyme or reason to what I was doing. I was just throwing it everywhere and hoping it would turn out all right. I watched so many videos leading up to doing this project, and every time I watched this part with the squeegee, I was always so curious as to why it looked like they couldn't do it well, and then I did it. And it is so difficult to get this stuff to move around. It is nothing like paint. It is awful, and I hated every moment of it because it just would not go where I wanted it to go. And the white on white was not my favorite, so I put some extra colors over to try to mix it together and make that look better. Yeah. At this point, I had been working for probably 30 minutes, and so I started running in circles. As you can see, I was just trying to get that mixed as fast as I could and also get it pulled up to the edges because it was awful. Oh my gosh. Anyway, after I worked on this for probably an hour, even though I shouldn't have, because again, like I said earlier, you only really have 45 minutes of working time, and after that it doesn't level correctly. And it also starts to make some weird clumps. So now I have mixed mica powder and alcohol in spray bottles, and it just makes these cool little cells and spreads it out kind of. Alrighty, here's the finished product. It's been about 15 hours. It says that you can have light foot traffic after 14 to 16, so we're right in the middle there. Some things I would do differently. I'd put tape here to block it off from my water heater and my HVAC. It's kind of ugly. I don't know what I would have done differently, but I don't know. I'll probably end up putting a piece of trim down, a small piece, and then it'll look better. I'll just glue it or something since it's concrete. And go over here. A lot of things I was learning later into the process when it was too late to do anything. So like these lines I could have fixed with a paint roller, but whatever. I think it's still really pretty. It's just not exactly what I imagined. And then some places I took my finger and I made little, I was trying to blend with the lines actually, but it kind of ended up cool, like cells. And then these are from when I was spraying my alcohol. Those turned out really nice. Did have a couple of bubbles, whatever. Here is our best friend, Teddy. I might have said some mean things about him in the first video, so that's why I'm doing a voiceover. He is our lovely preserved fly that will forever be encapsulated in our floor, and we love him. Awesome. Look at these cool cells from the alcohol. That's so neat. And then, I don't know what those are, but I have these flakes in. Yeah, where's my finger? There it is, jeez. These flakes, they kind of stick out a lot. And I thought it was dirt, but it's just the flakes that are sticking out of the ground. It's not even the bubbles, it's the flakes. But these places are where there's like blow points, so they'll like flow towards them. I just think it's really pretty. Look at that, it's so pretty. Look at that right there. That's so gorgeous. I really like this angle right here. That's gorgeous. I can't wait to put up my trim. And then it'll be really finished down here. Actually, no, I still have to do this. But after that. So thanks for watching my first video, tutorial thing, whatever. I'll be making a lot of different things. Basically, the goal of this channel is to be a jack of all trades. So I'll be showing you everything I do and everything I have on my little farm and all my hobbies. And you just get to tag along for that. And I'll see you next time.